She's gonna be moderating this this show for the day. Welcome to the show, everybody. Go ahead and tap that screen for tuning in. Please, I'm sorry I'm late again. You know, life happens, shit happens, technical issues, and we're trying to figure this thing out. So slowly but surely, we're gonna get there. So as you guys are tuning in, getting logged in, 5:30. You guys are probably getting dinner ready, getting started. Getting the kids from daycare, whatever it is you're doing. If you're on the West Coast, go ahead, put the earbuds in and listen to me just for a few moments. And if you're tuning in here on our YouTube channel for All in a Day's Work, definitely go ahead. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Leave us some comments down below so we can engage in the conversation. Understand that, remember, we can disagree and still be friends. And that's the whole premise for what I want to promote. I want to get out there. The American view, the American value, the American dream is not lost. And we can still have that. Doesn't matter what skin color or where you come from and all that stuff. But we got lots to talk about. I got notes and everything that we've been taking for the day, getting prepared for this show. So definitely keep tapping that screen if you're tuning in on TikTok. Tap that screen away. Let everybody know that we're live. Join the conversation. We're going to have a segment on the show. That way we can engage with each other, talk about what's going on here in the world. And voice your opinion on what's going on and how can we fix it? How do you want to fix it? What can we really do? Because it seems to me like, quite honestly, this totalitarian government that just wants complete control is getting their way. And I've had about enough of it. And the America that I fought for and I love would not stand for this to take place. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children from all ages, wherever you're coming from, please keep this moderation PG-13, or you know what, if you're going to be rated R, let's just keep it to where we're going to be civil and have a good conversation, okay? I don't need trolls in here talking crap about race and you're either this or you're that or the ist or the isms. Let's just engage in a good conversation with one another like human beings. That's how we fix the problems, okay? So let's keep that trolling stuff down. Let's just engage and have a good time here for the next hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this with my message of the day, starting with the lovely Kate. She wrote something out for me, and we kind of collaborated here and went over this this thought. And this comes to be true. So this message that we came up with, or she came up with, really, the prefaces. She came up with the core idea for what I want to do today. So I want to shout out to our producer, executive producer, the lovely Kate. Thank you for everything. It's been a massive help. You, Zach, the whole team, Lucas, thank you guys. Anyways, let's get into this conversation, everybody. So, my message of the day, I'm going to start this off with respect. We talk about respect and purpose and what that actually means. But we have to respect and understand that everybody has a right to their own opinion. Whether you believe it, be right or wrong, doesn't matter. Science has proven right or wrong time and time again, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we still have to believe. And believe in, no one should have to force their opinion onto somebody else. The American value, the American dream, we have to understand that we can disagree and still be friends. I mean, that's what America is about. Democracy, right? I'm allowed to voice my opinion. And that's okay. And somewhere between the last, I don't know, year or so, it seems like we have forgotten that. It seems to me like we just let that go. And it saddens me because when I see this chaos going on, it feels like, well, shit, my time in the service must have been a waste. And I don't like to feel that way. And I know there are so many other veterans out there that feel this way too. So how do we fix that? Yesterday, I had a hard time trying to share a story with you guys. And it's because I'm a huge proponent when it comes to suicide prevention and mental health awareness. Because I've been there and I've contemplated. I still battle through it myself. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. I used to be, but I'm not. And I believe that we need to speak up and be able to discuss this amongst each other. That's how we fix it. And when you think about servicemen and women who fight for our country, they swear an oath against all enemies, foreign and domestic. But I guess the question is, who declares who as the enemy? There's a lot of question about that today. Who declares who as the enemy? I don't know. Is it the American people? Does the American voice even matter? It's hard to tell. We used to say, well, cast your vote. That's how you get to voice your opinion. But it seems to me like, well, just casting your vote is not enough. Because all you're doing is electing a person to act on your behalf with these issues that, quite honestly, are too complex for, what is it, hundreds of people who run our government? And yet there are 330 million Americans in our country. And the best we can do is a couple hundred motherfuckers in charge, excuse my language. And they seem to have the best interest for America. And they've been serving in the same public platform for the last 40 years. And they seem to, well, somehow they're still able to hold their position of power and still push these crazy ass ideas and narratives from so long ago. Well, it's 2021 and the world has changed, and has changed a lot. You know, we are living in the most chaotic time. This is also the best time ever in history. I mean, we could be cave people again, running from fucking dinosaurs and shit. But yet, we can bitch about each other and talk shit with our iPhones and Samsungs and go to Starbucks and talk shit. And call people names like traitor or wannabe or a sellout. But you know what? That's okay. So I want to talk about that. I want to hear what you guys have to say when it comes to this discussion. Continue to tap that screen if you're just coming in, tuning in on TikTok. If you're here on YouTube, please go ahead. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, everybody. Let's continue with this conversation. So, again, I was talking about respect and purpose and what that means in reference to mental health and veterans. So I want to be the first one to say, and maybe I'm not the first one to say, but I believe that how we can fix the issue with this 22 plus veteran suicide a day, this mental health chaotic issue that we have, which I believe is a pandemic in and out of itself, but we're not talking about that. Apparently, we're not allowed to talk about that. Well, I'm going to talk about it anyways, because I don't give a fuck. Again, excuse my language. That's twice I done cursed. I'm going to try not to curse on here. But it just pisses me off to my core. Somebody who has sacrificed so much, and there's so many others who have sacrificed so much. You guys do realize that there are more veterans in this country than there are actively serving to this day? You guys know that? Real talk. Look it up. Look it up. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying there are more veterans in this country today than there are active service members in this country that are sick and tired of how things are going for our community, our own communities, our own backyard. And yet we have our own brothers and sisters who are losing their lives, 22 plus every single day. And I'm not allowed to talk about it. Well, I'm going to continue to talk about it. Joe, Kamala, the entire administration, whoever wants to listen, I don't care. I'm going to continue to talk about it until somebody hears me. Because this is an issue I believe we can fix. And yet there's not much being done about it. And I bring up the reference again, and I don't want to continue to talk about this, but like I said, Alec Baldwin, who's two people, kills one person. And again, it is a tragedy, and of course it's just pure negligence, and it should not have happened. But it makes national news. It's all over the place. Everybody's glued to their phones, glued to the TVs. They want to talk about it. Alec Baldwin should have did this. He should have did that. It should have been the weapons handler. Who cares? Wait, where's that same coverage That same talk for the brothers and sisters who take their own life every single day. Every single day. Yeah, that's gotta hit home. I hope it resonates with you. Because this, I guarantee this probably hasn't been put to you that way. I don't know where you're coming from, what color you are, what race you are, what religion, because none of that matters. Not to me, not in America. Because America is a melting pot. But I know how we can fix and combat that 22 plus suicide rate. I know how we can fix it. And it's not hard. It's not hard. And I just want you guys to understand that this is so near and dear to my heart that I will do anything that I can, sacrifice whatever I have to get this message across, because this is more important to me than you could even realize, because I've been there. Again, I'm not a proponent for suicide, and I don't advocate for it, but I understand it. I understand it. And again, if this is too touchy for you, I'm sorry, but I have to talk about this. I have to. I'm on a new journey in life right now, and I'm really trying to take care of myself. And this is a new way I want to express getting this message across. My therapist talked to me about it and said, this is probably the best way for you to do this, so this is the way I'm going to do this until they cancel me. And I'm going to continue to shout and talk about this until they cancel me. But I need your help. Don't let them cancel me. Let's continue the conversation. Let's show that we can be civil as Americans. I'm so sick of this division, this talk about you're either an ist or an ism, a this or a that. You're either a Democrat or a Republican. Who the fuck cares? We're freaking Americans. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to curse. I'm just, how long are we just going to continue to shout and talk shit and just bitch about it? Or are we actually going to do the work and talk and actually do something about it and fix the issue? The America that I know, the America that I fought for, wouldn't just sit back and just let this bullshit happen. It wouldn't. We'll stand up and recognize, hey, you know what? We're fucking up. And we might want to get our shit together and fix it. Or we can continue to let these radicals continue to run rabid and do whatever the hell they want, however they want, and just steal your money right out from in front of you. You don't even get a choice of where your money goes as far as where the taxes are concerned. They figure it out, and they make it real fucked up on your ballot so you don't understand this shit. You circle a bubble however you vote, and the shit gets fucked up. Next thing you know, you got 13% of your fucking check taken out for some shit that you didn't know nothing about. And then guess what? 10 years down the line, the road still ain't fixed. Or the bridge ain't built because somebody was corrupt. And guess what? No one's getting in trouble for it, but somebody made away with a new fucking Bentley. But we ain't gonna talk about that, right? Okay. Y'all go ahead and just let this thing happen. We got veterans taking their lives every single day. Tyrannical government running ragged. We have these groups, I'll say. I'm not gonna say which ones. Y'all know which ones are out there. These radical groups that are out there destroying shit just because they're mad. Again, I don't understand how destroying other places, setting things on fire is really going to fix the actual issue. But again, you know, it's neither this or that. Again, I'm sure I'm going to get hate for this because, like they said, I'm a sellout, right? Because I decided to serve my country, I'm a sellout to the community, apparently. I don't know how, but that's what I've been told and been called lately. But it is what it is. The American people, America, which is a melting pot, but I'll get into that later. Anyways, we can fix this issue, ladies and gentlemen. We can. I know we can. But how do we fix it, right? How? I said I know how we're going to fix it, but how? How do we do it, right? Again, I talked about the 22 plus veterans a day. If you're just tuning in, again, continue to tap that screen. Let everybody know that we're live, everybody. I'm going to continue to make noise on here every single day until they shut me down. Because this is something I feel we need to talk about and is important to me. Again, we have brothers and sisters that gave up their rights, that are willing to sacrifice everything, their own lives, for you. that are killing themselves every single day. 22 plus every single day. And no one cares. No one talks about it. So that's what we're here talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and tap that screen. Let them know we're live. Continue with the conversation. Share your story. Let us know what's going on, where you're from. How do you feel about this topic? How does this make you feel? What is the government doing? What are we going to do as a people? Are we going to come together and unify and fix the issue? Are we going to continue to talk shit and just sip on our Starbucks and wait until the world is too chaotic? And then guess what? The aliens come and wipe us all out, I guess. I don't fucking know. The lizard people come out of the sewer. I don't fucking know. What's they got down in the Vegas Gate? The lizard people? That's what Lucas always said, right? Lucas always said the lizard people. Anyways. So how do we fix it, Trip? How do we fix it? How do we fix this 22 plus veteran issue that are taking their lives? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like the best way we can do this is provide these men and women the purpose that they lost. What the hell do you mean, the purpose that they lost? Well, anybody that has ever served in our military, and I can only speak for our military, and really I can only speak for the Army because I served 9 years in the Army. Active duty, and I loved every single moment of it. At the same time, I hated a lot of moments of it. And anybody that has ever served knows what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't realize until you're gone how much you fucking miss it and love it. There's something about the military and the camaraderie that we have while we're serving that is just, you cannot compare it to anything. You can't. I've heard ladies and gentlemen tell me from, EMS, EMTs, firefighters, law enforcement, security, medical. They have a bond, but it's just, even if they won't serve, it's just not the same as that military cohesion. That bond, that brother-sister bond, that unification that we have while you're serving. Because at the end of the day, none of that matters. Race doesn't matter. Religion doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're a soldier. You're green. But the military does such a great job at turning you from a civilian into a soldier. I mean, that's the whole idea between basic training and AIT. And again, this is just for the Army. I can't speak about the Marine Corps or the Navy and things like that. I can just speak on the Army behalf, okay? But they do a tremendous job at taking you from becoming a civilian and your way of thinking into a soldier, which is, at the end of the day, when you really think about it, you're a weapon, a hired weapon for the government. And they hold you to a contract. I mean, when you want to look at the grand scheme of things, that's exactly what this is. That's what our military is. You're a hired gun. Which I love because it's necessary. But they do such a good job at taking you from molding you from this frail civilian, in most cases, into a fucking stone cold killer. And yes, we have the best military on the motherfucking planet. And we will continue to rock the world because we have that dream, that value, that hardcore spirit. It hasn't been lost. It hasn't. We just strayed off on a different path. We just got lost a little bit. But guess what? You're going to shoot your azimuth, and we're going to get right back on track. And we're going to start moving forward, and we're going to set our pace count, and we're going to continue to rock the show and move forward and continue to make noise and continue to make a change and unify and come together, because that's what America is about. I know I'm going off on a tangent. What are you talking about? Get to the fucking point already, right? You said you're going to tell us how you're going to fix suicide prevention, right? I get it. I know I'm stalling, right? No, I just want you to understand what goes through the mind of a veteran. But the military does such a great job at molding you, making you a killer, making you believe in the American dream, the American value. And then, when you're done, well, guess what? Good luck. Call the VA if you need anything. See ya. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine Imagine you're a young man or a young woman. Fresh out of high school, you don't know shit about the world because you came from a poor background. You don't know anything. You're not that smart. You come very poor. You don't go to the best of schools. So guess what? The best thing that you can do is join the military because you didn't get into any schools. Whatever. Something's always drawn me toward the military anyways. And I'm not talking about just about me. I'm sure everybody has their story and their reason. So hang with me and understand where I'm coming from. So imagine 18 years of your life, fresh out of high school. You're not going to college. Guess what you're going to do? You're joining the military. And you do that. So your entire adult life, your entire molding of adulthood was shaped and formed in the military. Okay, now that, I'm sure for a lot of you, you probably don't understand what that means. Because such a small fraction, such a small percentage of our population has ever served. So shout out to every single serviceman and woman out there currently serving who has ever served. I love you. Thank you. And I have your six. I will always have your back. I love you guys. I'm here for you. I'm going to continue to make noise and shout about this until change is made. I don't care what they do to me. There's nothing that they can do to me that, again, that Afghanistan has not already done. I don't care. I go to work, I pay my taxes, I pay my bills, I take care of my kids. So why not spread the wealth, spread the message, and give back to the community? So that's what I'm going to do. I feel like that is my purpose. So let's back this up again. You're 18 years old, you join the military. You have no idea what the fuck you're going to do. Well, you join the military at a time of war when things are still hot. So your entire adulthood and shape and morphation into this adult life, which, let's be honest, is a fucking struggle, and none of us have this thing figured out. Because if we did, we would all have reached this state of euphoria already, right? And yet we're all struggling to get there. So you join the military where they have rules, regulations, structure, development. A way of life where this is how things go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's black and white. There's a little gray area, but guess what? We ain't dealing with that shit because we're the fucking government. Wow, that's a different way of thinking. I thought we were open-minded. No, not in the military. Okay. Weird. But so you take that away. Your entire adulthood, your mind is set and structured. But guess what? Now you're no longer of value to the service and to this country because you're too injured. So guess what? We're going to medically separate you. Talk to the VA. They'll get you set up with a paycheck for the rest of your life if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Y'all know how that is. And yet, if you want an appointment to actually fix the issue, we got you, but it might be 3 months before your next appointment, but we might be able to get you scheduled somewhere closer to you. However, well, if they call you, but guess what? That place is closed due to COVID, or that place isn't going to do this or that or whatever. So yet we have veterans that are still dying because they cannot get the care that they need, because the only place that is helping out these veterans to this degree is the VA. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want an idea of what unified healthcare will be for the entire nation, take a hard look at how well the VA operates. Yes, I use the VA. Absolutely do. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm one who suffers through it, so I can tell you firsthand how this works. I'm not trying to expose anything that's not already been exposed. It's ridiculous to me that it's 2021 where we have the best of the best. And yet I still have veteran brothers and sisters who are taking their life by suicide. And I have veterans that are taking or losing their lives because they cannot get the adequate care that they need. And yet they were willing to sacrifice their life so you can tweet about them and talk shit? America. Really? Is that where we are? Because I feel like we've forgotten where we came from. Military Appreciation Month, right? We talk about that, yeah, or better yet, Veterans Day. We got one day, right? And I'm grateful for Veterans Day. And again, I bring this up, and I'm going to continue to bring this up. My man Kyle earlier, a friend of mine, said, "You want to thank a veteran, then be an American worth fighting for." And I cannot get that out of my head. I can't. What does that mean? Be an American worth fighting for. I guess you could ask Kyle himself. I guess you could just sit back and really think about it. There's no real right or wrong answer. Doesn't matter. Anyways, military does a great job molding you from civilian to soldier, but pretty much gives you a check the block on your way out. Hey, good luck. Thank you for your service. Make sure you do this, sign this off, do your medical, get your VA set up, get this appointment. Hey, if you need anything else, call the VA. Bye. 30-day window, check this out. But the whole while you're trying to transition out, hey, we need you for this detail. Hey, we need you for this. You got to go to the field because, hey, you're still on our roster. Meanwhile, hey, I was supposed to get out of the military and start my life and move my family away from whoever fucking knows where. Well, we got to go to the field and we need the numbers. Wait, what? You're still a soldier. You're still getting paid by the military, right? Well, first aren't. Well, you're going to the field. But I'm getting medically retired. I got to set my I got appointments. Nah, you're going to the field. Wait, what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this happens every single day, but you don't hear about this. This is real. So meanwhile, now we have 15 or 20 days to get all of your affairs in order and get out of the military and start this new journey into civilian life. Well, guess what? Civilian life is completely different than the military in every single way, shape, and form. Although the military is a business and operates like such, and they do a well job of trying to keep it organized, but it's fucked up too. But it's the goddamn best kind of fucked up. Best kind of fucked up. So imagine that. You get out of the military now. Fuck. No formation, no structure. I gotta figure out what I'm supposed to do with my time. What I do with my hands. Yes, the military even tells you how to wear your fucking face. It's so detailed into the way you think. So you get brainwashed into this mentality. And yes, I hate to say the word brainwashed, but it's true. You get into this one way of thinking. And this is the only way of thinking because that's how they want you to think. Because you're a hired gun for the military. You have a purpose. And then all of that ends when they give you that DD-214. So what do you do now? Fuck. Well, I guess I'm going to go into law enforcement or go into security or something like that because I just spent the last 9 or 18 or 20 or 30 years in the military doing this, and I was at the top. Top dog, doing the great things for this country, and all of a sudden it ends. It's over. It's done. But I'm only 30. I'm only 38. What the fuck do I do now? Good question. I guess I'll do drugs. I guess I'll start drinking. Or I guess I'll keep drinking, should say, because y'all know how we are in the military, especially if you got the barracks. Y'all know about them barracks parties. But yet, we continue to drink, we fall into this rhythm and this path, and so many of us do. Not all of us. A lot of us move on to things right away and go into bigger paths, go to school, go do this good thing. Great. But then there are so many more that just don't have that same thing happen to them or the same opportunities that were provided. And now these guys are left out and have no idea what is even new. What's out there to offer. I have no idea what the new ACAP program is like or whatever it is now. I have no idea. Not once have they called me since I've been out. Been out 3 years now. Not once have I had a follow-up. Not once. The VA barely calls me to schedule my fucking annual. My last annual was on a goddamn telephone. But, okay. Whatever. It's the best we can do, right? Well, we're managing at scale. There's so many. Hospitals are overwhelmed due to COVID. Yes, I'm going to bring up the big C. I had to. Imagine what that's doing for these service members too, but we're not talking about that. Right? So my point is, you have such a purpose that's been provided for you by the government. And when you are no longer of use to them, they cast you to the wolves and tell you to figure it the fuck out. So you see what I'm talking about there? So continue to tap that screen if you're just tuning in and you feel what I'm saying. The more you tap the screen, the more people are involved with this conversation. It lets people know that we're live. It lets people know that they want to engage in this conversation. Because this is something near and dear to me. I'm just going to express it because I'll continue to make noise every single day until change is made. Because I believe this is something we can fix as a country. The United States of America. That has not been lost. We just got a little bit. Oh. And we can do better. I weighed in a month ago. I'm gonna tell you guys something real quick and then I'm gonna get back to the story. I weighed in a month ago. I went to the VA for my annual. Okay. The 18th of October, I went to the VA and I weighed in on the scale. And I was fucking shocked at what was on the scale. And I get it. I've picked up some weight since I got out. I've been out 3 years. Most people pick up weight, right? Trying to navigate through this fucking chaotic life and the COVID weight and all this bullshit. And I'm making excuses. You can't go to the gym. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm not gonna be able to. Life sucks. And I'm making these excuses. But then I hit that scale, and when I saw those numbers, and I talked to my doctor, it made me really think. You know, I was closer to 300 pounds on the 18th. Closer to 300 pounds than I was 200. I've been out 3 years. You'll say, well, you don't look like it. Doesn't look, you wear well. Maybe it's because you're tall, whatever. You're built well. No, look, the fact is I was closer to 300 pounds than I am 200 pounds. And I've been out of the Army 3 years. So what happened? Well, I stopped working out. I have a bunch of injuries and things that I've been recovering for and working towards while trying to work and navigate and work 60 hours a week, travel 60 miles a day, one way, and still provide for my family and still give back to the community. Yeah, I'm busy. I make excuses. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't eat right. I had to eat when I could, do what I can, right? We've all been there. We navigate through life. But guess what? I saw those numbers on the scale. Almost had a fucking heart attack. Couldn't believe where I got. And I realized, you know what? I got lazy. And I'm proud to say, here we are. What is this? What's today? The 17th? So a month later. Fuck. A month later. And this is, I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to say this is unhealthy. I don't know why would you do that? This is not the right way. I don't know what it was. I don't feel bad in how this works, but I weighed in on the scale this morning at 257, and that shit scared the fuck out of me. I had to get back off the scale, get back on a few times and make sure the shit was right, calibrate it. 257. This is 1 month, okay? So maybe that's a lot in a month. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I do remember on the 18th, they made me go see the behavioral health doctor, Dr. Brightstein. Shout out to Dr. Brightstein at the VA. Good dude. And I don't know if this motherfucker's a wizard or witch or a hypnotist or whatever the fuck he did, but this dude told me some real shit. All right, he got real with me, told me the real shit, like man-to-man shit. Like, look, this is not the doctor type shit I want to tell you. He's like, look, this is the real shit. I want you to continue with the SSRIs that you're taking because it's making you non-suicidal right now. And it does cause weight gain. However, I want you to focus on this one aspect and this one aspect specifically. And I'll get into that another day on another episode. But just whatever it was he told me to focus on. And it's so minute. So minute. In that short amount of time with a little bit of exercise. Not even a massive amount of exercise. I go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. For an hour at a time. Eating right. And this one specific thing that he told me to do in 1 month, and I've lost that kind of weight, and it's kind of scary. Maybe it's unhealthy. I don't know, but I feel great right now. My body feels good. There are 2 things specifically he told me to do man to man. I will get into those 2 things. later on in another episode. What time do we got, Kate? What time are we running at? 6:14. So we still have some time, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it was great, and I feel good. So I'm going to the gym. I feel great, and now I'm able to give back to you as the community, as a veteran community, as America, and we can fix this problem because I do not believe that we're too far gone. I don't. Tap that screen, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me out here. Let's get this message across. Let's spread the knowledge. Let's engage with one another. Let's talk about this. Let's understand that, yes, we can disagree with one another as Americans, and we can still be friends. We can still be family. Thanksgiving is next week, but I don't feel like anybody really feels thankful. It doesn't even feel like it, does it? It doesn't feel like the holidays. It doesn't. Is it really that bad where we can't even come together for the holidays anymore? Ladies and gentlemen, America, I feel like we're better than that. The rest of the world is watching. What is America going to do? Because even with our chaos, I still feel like we are the greatest nation on this God-given earth, and everyone is still striving to come to this country for the American dream. The American dream that we seem to have forgotten. That American dream. The one that I rose my right hand. So many others did. That oath did not expire when they handed me my DD-214. That is a lifelong oath that I gave. And I will continue to fight for you, until I can no longer. And then I hope my spirit, my message gets across to you to where you can continue to do the same thing. It doesn't always have to be, well, I can do this for you to do this for me. It doesn't always have to be that way. I think if we can provide that purpose to those men and women who sacrifice so much to us, provide them a purpose as they get out. Book a degree. Who cares about a degree anymore? Unless you're going to become a doctor or a judge or a lawyer or an engineer, an architect, something real specific that requires a real specific type of learning other than a trade, then I get it. Go get your degree. But let's be honest. Just because a job wants to hire somebody in this field and they say, well, you have to have a degree. Well, let's think about this. 9 years of active duty, 2 tours in Afghanistan. Well, can you manage a team of about 7 people? Shit. 7? Try managing 42 people overseas in a combat zone, and you're responsible for every single one of them and their family members and what's going on with them. But it's okay. We don't know if you're going to be able to handle stress, or if something stressful comes out, you might snap, so you might not be a fit for the job. Or you might be overqualified. I don't know. Well, you don't have a degree, so you don't meet the qualifications. But you could have got your degree while you were in, right? Well, no. Okay, yeah. Well, if you had the right MOS, sure. If you had the MOS where you were allowed to, work pretty much a 9 to 5, and then you were off and you did your job every day, yeah, sure. Use your tuition assistance. Go get your degree. Uncle Sam will pay for it. You earned it, right? Yes, they do provide that. But some of these MOSs and a lot of people don't get the time to do that because the op tempo is so high. We'll get into that another time later too, because I feel like that's something important too. Again, this whole discussion has been talking about purpose. How the military does such a great job of providing you a purpose when they need you. But once you're gone, shit. Good luck. Figure it out. And that to me is disturbing. Because I don't believe that's the best that we can do. And goddamn it, I'll continue to make noise. You should too. I mean, these ladies and gentlemen, these boys and girls, in some instances, 18 years old, 17 years old, with permission of the parent, can join the military and are willing to go overseas and fight people who they don't even fucking know. And are willing to do that for one thing and one thing in particular, and that's freedom. this idea of freedom. Whatever it is we're going to do, we have that one thing back of our mind, and that's freedom. And you know where that freedom comes from? From men and women who are willing to do the dirty work and provide that message. Lay down freedom seeds if necessary to protect themselves. Yeah, I said freedom seeds. Y'all like how I said that? But on the same note, just like that, a rocket could take them out and you'd never see them again. But they know that going in. Because we have one thing that is unique that other countries, some other countries don't have. An all-volunteer military. And I think that right there is going to be tomorrow's topic. What does an all-volunteer military look like? What do you mean all-volunteer military? Why is that important? Why bring that up? Shit. I'll tell you how important that is. Now, as I close this out, I want to leave you guys a message that I posted on one of my videos on TikTok. So continue to tap that screen, ladies and gentlemen. Let people know you're live. This thing is, I believe this is something I have to say, because this shit, I listen to this every day when I'm in the gym, when I'm riding home. I've heard this thing on loop over and over. It just resonates with me so much as the core value of America. On one of my TikTok videos, it's the it's former President Trump. One of the speeches that he gave in the message, it's just this bit from this message that he gave that resonates so hard that I want to leave you guys with. And just listen to these words. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican or a libertarian. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're gay, trans, straight, bi, none of that matters. You bleed red. You're an American. I have your back. And the words, just listen to the words. That's all that matters, is just the words. I don't care about who it came from or what he did before. Just listen to these words and think about what it means to be an American. And then I'll open up the comments. We'll discuss things and we'll close this thing out. So again, this came from Donald Trump. And it says this right here. If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish on the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world and make a real lasting difference. The more that broken system tells you you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead, and you must keep pushing forward. That right there, that little paragraph, that right there, that to me defines everything I hold true to my heart as being American. It doesn't matter if you're an outsider. You should use that as fuel to move ahead and do better. Because that's what we do as Americans. We recognize when shit's fucked up, we fix it and we do better. But we got lazy. And I think we let COVID get us lazy. Maybe it's an excuse. But we got lazy, ladies and gentlemen. Not all of us. Not all of you. Shit, I got lazy. I don't want to get up and go to work every day, deal with the bullshit. I don't want to go to the gym every day. I don't want to listen to kids screaming every day or listen to people crying every day and listen to chaos in the country every day. I'm so sick of chaos. At what point are we going to be able to just say enough is enough? Let's just live and just be happy and let people make their own choice. Why does everything have to be a political issue? Why? Well, it doesn't have to be. Not in this country. Not yet. But if we continue to allow them to make these rules and do these things, we're not going to have much of a voice left. Please don't do anything to hurt anybody. Do anything radical. Make the right decision. When somebody wants to say something that angers you so much, instead of wanting to anger right back at them because that's so easy to do, embrace them with a hug. Just try it. Just try it. They can't win that way. They're allowed to say the nastiest things that they want to you. Again, we can disagree and still be friends. People call me an Uncle Tom. Call me a traitor because I serve my country. Call me a sellout. Give a fuck. They ain't paying my bills, they ain't taking care of my kids, but as long as I'm able to provide and do good for them, that's all that matters. And I'm not going to give up just because a few people want to say some fucked up shit. To me, it just sounds like they're hating or they're jealous. They want what you have. But we can do better. We can do that all we want and never get anywhere. Or we can recognize our flaws and continue to fix it and move on. Choice is yours, your life. You still have control of your life, believe it or not. Your life. You only get one of them. Don't fuck it up. Or fuck it up. Your choice too. Still love you either way. I'm not going to get biblical on you. I'm not going to get any kind of sentimental like that because it's not my place or position to push anything like that, other than something that we should all be able to agree on, and that is the American value. Race shouldn't matter. Religion shouldn't matter. Sex, gender, none of that should matter. The only thing that should matter is our freedoms, our rights that are being taken away from us. And that we do have an opportunity and the ability to fix it and do something about it. Or we can just sit back and let it happen. Choice is yours. I love you guys. Stay safe. Again, this has been a special opportunity for me. I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy these videos. I'm going to continue to fight and share what I can with you guys until they shut me down completely. I don't care. Again, like I said, there's nothing that they can do to me that Afghanistan hasn't already done or taken from me. Not anymore. And I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of playing pretend. I'm not going to play pretend anymore. You have to be more corporate or more PC. I'm not going to play it anymore. I'm going to say how I feel about a situation. I'm going to continue to speak up. If something's out of whack or doesn't add up, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. I don't care. I do not care. Because at the end of the day, right, most of you guys don't care. So if it doesn't work out, maybe I just become another 22 statistic. I don't want to. I don't think anybody wants that thing. Nobody wants. But let's be honest. Let's think about the reality and think about what you have done and what you're actually gonna do. Probably gonna call me names and say this dude's talking shit. He don't know anything. Maybe. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. But tomorrow, guys, I have another episode. 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I love you guys. Stay safe. Let's get into the comments real quick before I close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, give me just a second to get this thing figured out and flipped around. How much time we got? Kate, we still good? Got a few minutes left. All right, go ahead and flip the camera around. No, on the thing. There we go. Let's see. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. There we go. I can see anything. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you. Keep tapping that screen if you guys are live and can see me coming in loud and clear. It's been fun. I'm here with you guys every day, 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, coming from the Pacific Northwest here. Not going to tell you exactly what town or where I'm coming from because I don't need you guys creeping up on me or nothing like that. Not yet, at least, because I ain't that famous. I'm just low-key, just sitting here with you guys, veteran, talking shit and expressing some of his experiences and what's going on in this country. So how are you guys doing tonight? It's good to see you guys. Yeah, I appreciate the respectful, what's this say? Appreciate the respectful discourse, brother. I'll be great. Give this life everything you got. Thank you so much. That's I love you guys. I hope this message resonates with a lot of people and it reaches the people it needs to. I don't know if it's gonna reach everybody. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes viral. That's up to you. That's literally up to you. You guys can you have the choice. You literally have the choice to spread a message right now. You do. Because I'm going to continue to spread this message every single day. Every day. Every single day. Until they shut me down. Until they tell me enough is enough. When they tell me, you're helping too many people, you're not allowed to help anymore, then I will stop. No, I won't. I'm going to continue to help even though. Until I physically cannot do it anymore, I will continue to do so. Because the service does not end when they just give you that DD-214. At least that's how I feel. So, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Stopping by? Doing well? Good to see you, everyone. Got an Uncle Tom. Okay, good. Good to see you, Jimmy. Well, you can go ahead and exit yourself on here. You clicked on me to talk about this. Just remember that. So, you just made yourself look like a fool. Anyway, just don't fight. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? I remember doing it. Looks like you got to go. You got yeeted. Bye. Bye, trolls. See you later. Continue to tap that screen, ladies. You're coming. We're trying to get good discourse, good conversation going on. I think we've had a good conversation so far with the show. I mean, we're gonna come on here and that's what we need to. So I hope you guys are able to just, you know, relish on that thing, that belief that we still have this country. We're not too far gone. My dad was a Marine and served in Vietnam. Thank you to your dad. Thank you for your service. Vietnam is one of the things I really want to dive into because there's so much that we still don't know about Vietnam, and yet we have our veterans that are leaving. We're losing them. And let's be honest, Vietnam was fucked up, and nobody really wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to, and think about how they were treated in when they came back from Vietnam. Soldier is the individual that fights for their people. Who said that? So think about that. Vietnam, I have so much respect. My grandfather served in Vietnam, and it's one of the things he still to this day does not like to talk about, and he suffers through. And I understand, I get it, and I want to get his story out, and he's getting up there. He's like, what, 79 years old now, and he still to this day doesn't want to talk about it too much. But then there's these instances every once in a while he'll just kind of go off on a tangent with you, and next thing you know, 3 hours later, you know, he's had a whole podcast you could have recorded and told you about something that you didn't know of. And it's amazing to me just listening to these stories and understanding, like, when you're in combat, when you're overseas fighting in a war, it's like a movie in so many instances, and it's not, because it's real. And but when you're there, you can remember these vivid images and these scenarios, these things that happened so vividly, names, smells, sounds that just come to you that that just crisp in your mind that you cannot forget. And then you think about that 50, 60 years ago. My grandfather can't remember what happened last week, but yet he's remembering people's names and conversations that happened verbatim, or at least he says they are. It's amazing to me. Clean the brain. I'm sorry for your loss, and anybody who has lost anybody to suicide or to this mental health issue. Of course, I'm sorry, and you know, there's so much more that we can do, and we can fix this. I know we can. I believe that we can, and I believe that we should. But it's up to you. Again, like I said, you can tap this screen, you can make this message go viral, and you guys have the choice. It's in your hands. The power's in your hands. Share the videos. Share it. Follow me. Share the videos. I don't care. I'm going to continue to make noise until this administration or the next or whoever's in charge, or we as a people just come together and fix it. That's what I'm going to do. We've lost too many. Too many. And this happens every single day. Every single day. Thanksgiving's next week, right? Be thankful for what? How can I be thankful with what's going on? And I know that I have brothers and sisters that are losing and taking their own lives. Or I could be next. I could become a statistic. You could become a statistic. We're always a statistic, right? I guess it's which statistic is it? Which one am I going to be? The choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. Stay safe. I will see you guys tomorrow, again, right here on TikTok, 5:30 to 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'm sorry for coming in a few minutes late today. Remember, watch the videos, share the TikTok, share the message, and if you have your own opinion, please share it with me. Remember, we can disagree and still be friends. That's the whole premise. That's America. We are a melting pot. We can fix this. But the choice is yours. We're not too far gone. Stay safe, everybody. I love you. YouTube, don't forget to click that notification bell. Love you guys. Don't forget to watch our page, allinadays.com. Shout out to our organization, All in a Day's Work. Real quick before I end this, go to www.allinadays.com. Check us out, guys. It's our nonprofit for veterans. We are trying to become the next shop other than the VA. So help us out. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.